welcome back to Biafra News. Support Biafra, people of goodwill. Ada Biafra here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Depending on where you're watching me from, Biafrans, I'll bring you another news coming from Bridgie, Chief of Staff, Dr. Ngozi Orapweze. She posted this on her official X handle, and I'm bringing it to you here. The news headline says 2023 Country Report on Human Rights Practices, Nigeria. Dr. Ngozi Orapweze posted this, and she said, U.S. Department of State report on human rights practice indicts Nigeria President Tinubu, senators, legislators, military, police, governors of serious violations of Nigerian citizens' rights. Noted 103 innocent NSAS victims buried by Nigeria government and the Nigeria Secret Police had violated Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's right during his arrest and extradition. So Biafra Prime Minister also made a comment on this very news, and I'm going to bring it to you. So before I do that, I would like to welcome all the new and old subscribers. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, please kindly click the red subscribe button, turn on the notification bell right beside it to enable you get notification once I upload a new video. Don't forget to share, like, leave your comment at the comment section. So first, we'll go through this news. I'll bring you this news in full detail, so pay attention as you watch and share. Don't forget to share. Don't just watch alone. Share it as you watch. So we must continue. The news headline says the 2023 Country Report on Human Rights Practices, Nigeria. Okay. There were reports the government or its agents committed arbitrary or unlawful killings, including extrajudicial killings. There were numerous killings reported. Similar to the following examples, in January, police in Katsina opened fire after responding to a call at a wedding party, killing 2 and injuring 3. On April 5th, a police officer in Delta State killed a man for refusing to pay 100 naira, 0.16 cent dollar. Can you imagine that? Can you see the price that led to the death of somebody? Can you see the amount of money? Here, the amount, 0.16 cent dollars. That is the price. That is the amount they killed somebody for. The people, Nigeria is not a country, and those they are giving uniform are nothing but criminals and backward individuals that doesn't make a research. Can you imagine that 0.16 cent dollar is the reason they killed somebody? 100 naira. 100 naira. Okay. 100 naira, 0.16 cent dollar bribe at a checkpoint. The officer claimed the shooting was accidental. That is what they always claim, accidental. So you accidentally put your hand in the trigger. So your hand mistakenly slide to the trigger, and your hand also forced itself to shoot, right? It was a accidental discharge. The shooting was accidental. Okay. The officer was dismissed from the police force. They faced prosecution for alleged murder. That is what they said. On July 2nd, 3 soldiers were reported to have opened fire on community neighborhood watch guards. As the guards responded to report of bandit attack in Enugu State, 2 guards were killed and 4 injured, while the military accused the guards of being bandits themselves. The National Committee stood up and the whole committee to investigate the incident. That is why they are not needed in Biafra land, because these soldiers are not real soldiers. They opened fire on this guard because they went to stop a Fulani terrorist bandit attack, and they were not happy about it. They themselves are nothing but unrepentant Boko Harams in army uniform. You see Zoo Fulani Caliphate crying up and down about insecurity, insurgency in Nigeria. They are the ones sponsoring it. If they are not the ones sponsoring it, tell me why a country's government will reintegrate bandit terrorists, a non-terrorist, into the army. Why are they putting them in the army? Who are they going to protect? Those that choose to bomb people, those that choose to kill people for no reason. You reintegrated them into the army. So who are they going to protect if they are not the ones sponsoring the terrorism? So we must continue. We must continue. Another statement here said, some state government created a quasi-independent security force. These forces tend to be from the same geographic area of ethnic group. Support from the federal government varied from tacit acceptance to outright hostility. There was minimal accountability for this group, and they operated with near impunity in the southwest region. The Western Nigeria Security Network, known as Motekun, operated in the state of Ekiti, Lagos State, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, and Oyo. In May, the People's Democratic Party accused Omotekun of killing 2 individuals that month in Ondo State, including one child, called disband another security group, Ebubago Security Network, over its human rights abuses. Okay, this Ebubago is those fools in Biafra land that created it. They did not create a bubago when their people needed a bubago. They did not create a security outfit when their people needed it. When mothers were being raped by Fulani terrorist bandits with AK-47. When wives, fathers, and people are being butchered in the farm. They cried to them. They protested. Mothers protested for them to create a security outfit to put a stop to the terrorism and the attack on our people in the farm and entire Biafra land. But they did not create anyone. They did not create anyone. Rather, after years, and they formed the bubago, and then those bubago are not protected, rather they are terrorizing Biafra land. So they were reported, and the National Assembly and the Senators, National Assembly, they said that the bubago need to be disbanded. Okay, we must continue. Another here update here said, although the National Economic Council directed state to establish judicial panel following the 2020 NSAS nationwide protest, authorities had not yet held actors accountable. In July, a leaked Lagos State memo dated July 19th indicated the state government approved an expenditure of 61.3 million naira, $97,460 for the mass burial for the mass burial of 103 victims from the NSAS from the 2023 NSAS protests who remained in morgue, which raised questions regarding the extent of the abuse that took place during those protests. The Lagos State Ministry of Health confirmed the authenticity of the memo. A senior Lagos State official stated the bodies were collected from the list a dozen locations across the state in the aftermath of violence during the protest and other clashes related to it. Although not from the 2020 Lekki Tollgate incident, where soldiers allegedly shoot at unarmed protesters and killed at least 11 individuals, 11 tanker. Not only in the 11, it's even more than 103 that they are stating here. Okay, disappearance. There were no reports of disappearance by or on behalf of government authorities. Okay. Torture and other cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment and other related abuse. The law mostly prohibited such practice, but there were credible reports government officials employed them. The law defined and criminalized torture and cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or for arrestees, but failed to prescribe penalties for violators. The law prohibiting torture and cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment of arrestee applied only to the Federal Capital Territory and the federal agencies unless the individual state adopted legislation compliant with it. 30 of the country's 36 states had adopted either the law itself or compliant legislation at year's end. On June 26, Angelo Zoma Iwuchukwu, the director of Advocates and Frontiers, said at a public event commemorating International Day in support of victims of torture that her office handled 1,200 cases involving victims of torture. She further stated some security agencies use torture to extract confession. Impunity for torture was a significant problem in the secret force, especially in police, military, and the Department of State Service (DSS). The government regularly investigated security force members and held them accountable for crime committed on duty, but the results were not always made public. In June, the Inspector General of Police disbanded a police unit following an incident in Edo State in which members of that unit ran over a handcuffed man. Okay. Prison and detention center condition. Prison and detention center conditions were harsh and life-threatening due to gross overcrowding, inadequate medical care, and the food and the water shortage. Okay. Abusive physical condition. Overcrowding was a significant problem. As of September, prison facilities had 50% more inmates than design capacity. Many prisons were constructed 70 to 80 years ago and lack basic facilities. Some prisons had no facilities to care for pregnant women or nursing inmates. Lack of potable water, inadequate sewage facility, and overcrowding sometimes resulted in dangerous and unsanitary condition. Disease was preserved in cramped, poorly ventilated prison facility which had a chronic shortage of medical supplies. Inadequate medical treatment caused some prisoners to die from treatable illness such as HIV and AIDS, malaria, and tuberculosis. Although authorities attempted to isolate persons with communicable disease, facilities often lack adequate space, and the inmates with these illness lived with general person population. Prison provided limited health care to inmates and transferred serious ill prisoners to government hospitals. Generally, prison officials made few efforts to provide mental health service or other accommodations to prisoners with mental disability. Okay, only prisoners with money or support from their family had sufficient food. Prison employees sometimes stole money provided for prisoners' food. Poor inmates sometimes relied on handcuffs from others to survive. Dear friends, I will stop here because there are a lot of human rights violations against Nigeria government. There are a lot of human rights violations. And we all know that Nigeria is not a country, rather British business empire. Britain will keep lobbying for their business empire to remain one. I don't know what America is afraid of, that she cannot use the appropriate words to affirm the truth. Nigeria kidnapped and extraordinarily renditioned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Abuja. Now that you have seen Biafra coming, use the appropriate words to tell Abuja of their international criminality. US doesn't know the difference between kidnapping and arresting, or different between extraordinary rendition and extraordinary extradition. US is very, very insincere. Their report, they can't tell the truth because Britain is busy lobbying around. America, UK, United Nations, when it starts to rain heavily, and especially when you start seeing floods of red bloods of Nigeria, soldiers everywhere in Nigeria or Biafra territory, do not blame Biafrans or Biafra Prime Minister or any nation supporting Biafra government. The world today is full of lies and the self-interest. They don't care about the people anymore. All they care about is their own personal interest. Oh, bring your pipe, plug it here, socket it here. You take crude oil, you take gas. As long as you don't support you don't support Biafra, as long as you don't support Nigeria disintegration, your pipe will remain here and you'll keep taking oil free of charge. That is what Britain is using to lobby all these international communities, and they are scared of saying the truth. But they will when the time comes. American government knows the truth, but still sell to Kanu jet to Nigeria because of their interest. Nigeria have been violating its citizens' right with impunity, and America is there talking about it without actions against them. What a shame! They are aware of all these human rights violations in Nigeria, and they are selling to Kanu jet to Nigeria government. Which war are they going to fight? That is the question. You are selling to Kanu jet to the government that don't have any war that they are fighting. There is no war going on. But you are selling to Kanu jet to them. And we are here telling you people that a lot of secret war is going on in Biafra land. They are bringing war to Biafra land. Nigeria government, Britain, and their killers in army uniform are bringing war to Biafra land, hiding it from the world. But we are here to put the whole world on notice. There is war. The 1967-1970 war is still going on in Southeast. Is not over yet. It's not over yet. And they are hiding it from the world. United States is aware of all these human rights violations in Nigeria, and they are selling to Kanu jet to Nigeria government. Which war are they going to fight? Well, Biafrans are here. We'll keep putting the whole world on notice. They can't deny not knowing all these atrocities and all these human rights violations by Nigeria government. So Biafrans here, Biafra Prime Minister said the US acknowledging that Nigeria has abused and violated the rights of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is good, but that is not enough. There should be an embargo on Nigeria terrorist state in the coming months. All hell will let loose in Nigeria. It is a fight for survival. Using gun to hold Biafra and the Nigeria together will no longer be tolerated. The Biafra government is taking the liberation to the next level. Exactly. Not only arm embargo against Nigeria, but sanction from every country, international organization in the world. They are only paying lip service to human rights violations in Nigeria because they benefit one way or another. That's a huge shame. That is a huge shame. we mean business to exit Nigeria, and there is no going back on that. So that is it, dear friends. I will stop here. The Biafra Prime Minister said the U.S. acknowledging that Nigeria has abused and violated the rights of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is good, but not enough. They need to take action. It's not Nigeria has been violating human rights. Nigeria has been committing international crime. They committed international crime, kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, torturing him in Kenya. But the world will keep pretending not to know because they are benefiting from one way or the other. But this time around, it's not going to be business as usual. So that is it. I will stop here. Don't forget to share, like, leave your comments at the comment section. Thank you.